Welcome back to KMI Community Connect viewers. I am actually going to be talking something very important today, which is one of the most important driving forces of all the metabolic dysfunction, diabetes, obesity, fatty liver, and various other chronic conditions that we are encountering in our present times. So this one topic is almost like a interlude, if I would say, because I did a prelude to the previous on my previous talk about the muscle dysfunction and the importance of muscle, where actually the metabolic dysfunction starts first, way before we start having the symptoms and manifestations and dysfunction of other organs like liver, pancreas, heart, and various other like brain and other organs. So today's topic is one of the most important topics, which is the type of food. Like I mentioned, we talked about carbohydrates in the first part of Metabolism Made Easy, and I have mentioned that it is the fat that we make in the body is more important than the fat that we eat, because we are not eating that much fat. We have been told for the last 50 years not to eat much fat, but where is the fat coming from? So what is the driving force, and what drives the fat, or what drives the metabolic dysfunction in people who cannot become fat, the thin outside, fat inside people, and what is driving the fat in thin people or people who don't gain too much weight but make fat in the liver and in the muscle. So for this to understand, we need to talk about a very important part of our daily food, which is table sugar, or sugar in general, or the sugar that we process and make, which is high fructose corn syrup. So what is it? To have a very basic understanding and also to understand this mechanistically, we need to know what is the difference between the regular glucose, which is actually not sweet when we eat. It's kind of just somewhere in between neutral when we taste it. But what is the other substance, which is fructose, which is another molecule which is very sweet. So both glucose, which is one molecule, and fructose, another molecule, brought together both naturally as well as artificially in the industry, makes what is called as sucrose. So the regular table sugar is sucrose, which is glucose and fructose, two molecules, and the high fructose corn syrup that is made out in the industry is these two molecules are brought in and added together. So why are we talking about this? Because the biggest driving epidemic, one of the important driving causes for this is the fructose, which is the other molecule which behaves completely differently. So just like all of us, we are not made equal. Glucose and fructose are not equal. They behave completely differently. They are completely different. They do two different things, and how they are different, what it does, what is the driving force for all this metabolic dysfunction, and how this has become part of our daily consumption, and how we made this one of our important consumption in our diet, thinking that this is really energy which we actually need. But no, we don't actually need it. But what is the driving force that does this? Knowing this mechanistically is very important. So we're going to talk more and more and more about it. So I feel that as a part of KMI, any spark of conversation within yourself, you and me, always in the areas and topics of contention, is very important for us to evolve and know more about the science and how we can enhance it for ourselves. I will be seeing you very soon in my next talk. Thank you.